this is gonna be something that you'll be upset with. But
Not at all.
the term vegan leather, there's been stuff made out of mushroom
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I don't know if you've seen the pineapple ones, like there's fruit leathers.
yeah.
Are you concerned at all about these types of things taken over from animal hides?
They cyclically we do this, and so I have concerns every time. I mean, I get my first reaction to all that is generally that's a level of mislabeling that I don't think would be allowed in any other type of product. If you want to call it some kind of, if there's a name for a leather substitute and you want to call it that, I think that's fine. I mean, vegan leather, it's just false. I mean, it's like, and there's a lot of those things. I mean, maybe somebody someday can explain to me what almond milk is.
Almond water is
I
a
mean,
better.
someone out there milking almonds. I mean, I
It's
don't.
pretty delicious though.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like it, but I would drink it whatever if you said that it was a milk substitute derived from natural sources, almonds, I'm on board. I didn't buy it because it said milk. And if your beliefs are such that you don't want to use an animal byproduct, but that is, then you should call it something else than what it is.
Yeah, the naming
But I think that's
conventions bug me too. Like leatherette. Like, what is that?
I've never heard that
I
one.
think I think yeah. I mean, I think the meaning is, I think you're starting from a place of misleading people. I can't believe it's not butter. I can't believe it's not leather. Well, okay. I mean,
That's probably a better naming convention.
but let's not pretend that it's the same. As you know, and I joke around a lot. I mean, people ask me what I thought of vegan leather, and I said, well, the petroleum-based stuff burns real good. I
Yeah,
mean,
I feel like I want to experience it. It'd be interesting to see, but my suspicion would be that it's not going to necessarily wear in the same way, and it might not have the same
well,
characteristics.
I've seen a fair amount of it at various times here recently, and it depends on your audience. If you can create a durable substrate, then the automotive guys have shown you that you can make a leather enough like product that it will satisfy a large swath of the consuming public. And because in most of the cars, the seating surfaces are leather, but all the stuff around it is not. And unless you get a really good look at it or can cut the cross section, the finishes are heavy enough. It's just a substrate. It's a carrier. So if I can put a good heavy urethane base, primer and top on something that's this, I'm sure if you can find a way, which is one of their great challenges, to give it tensile strength, which often cases is laminating it to a non-woven backer, it becomes perfectly serviceable. But sell it as that. Let's not pretend it's leather. That's okay.
It's also a very specific use case too, where people are trying to buy something, at least now, that's going to look the same day one as it does, day 1000. So
Right.
the requirements and the attributes that they're after are different anyway. At least in the car example.
I mean, I think Botox leather is a lovely name.
Oh, jeez. Well, so I think we should wrap it up here, guys. I don't know if we've answered anything about supply chain other than how we're experiencing it, but I think.
No, I mean, so
Mhm.
again, if you'd like a quick supply chain overview, so it is again another one of those cycles. A big part of it, one of the large components of it has been transportation, and then in some cases where product was not being manufactured in the quantities that it was, then there was a scarcity, and as everything raised up, this raised up as well, and people will take the opportunity to increase prices until they can't. You don't want to be the guy that has just gotten yourself a year worth of inventory when the price of the stuff comes down by 40%, because your prices are going to come down then but you own the raw materials at the higher price.
So you feel like we're going to come back down in pricing? There's going to be like a deflationary effect?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. But that's, again, whatever the opposite of a genius is, that's just history that tells you that. You just don't know when, for how long, and how fast. I mean, it's like, if you predict that it's going to snow, eventually you're going to be right. I mean, it reaches a top, as hides did when they got into the 120s, as oil did when it got into the 120s, and then it comes back down. And people if you've got your customers accustomed to paying that higher price, you're kind of cautious on the coming downside because it was a fist fight to get the price up.
Do you feel like price deflation happens in an event like the big box retailers reducing the price of their inventory and marking things down? Is that the mechanism that you see deflation start to happen?
For many of the commoditized products, yes. Specialty products will not continue to go up and may ease, but you will not have, unless, again, if you have a fashionable expense item and it goes out of fashion, then the floor is wherever you find it. But on the other things, things go up and things go down. I mean, the scarier one for everybody, depending upon where they are in it, is because it led us in and out before, is housing, and that's where you should be taking a look, sort of as a lead, because that's turned out to be a pretty reasonable barometer of confidence.
Better than boat shoes.
The BSI boat shoe index?
No, I mean, boat shoes are easier to track because, that you don't know. I mean, it's pretty simple. You know enough guys to make boat shoes, you can find out what the demand is like. I mean, George is telling you that the demand is up, in which case, the indication is you're probably going to have a nice little run of boat shoes, and the economy might not be too swift. But, the housing starts thing, it doesn't matter how many they start. It's what do the sales look like? And not just, next door. I mean, what's it looking like? I mean, the chilling effect of any of these things, like any other prices, mortgages are over 6%. Anybody notice? Well, some have, some haven't.
If you're a buyer, yeah.
But there's a moment where, there's that holy smokes moment where you kind of go, oof, well, I guess we're going to wait, because with the direction this thing might go, if I can wait it out in a couple of years, I'll probably buy this bad boy for 20% less.